Welcome, future testers. Today, we're diving into an explainer on literally one of the biggest shakeups in the history of software development, the massive shift from traditional quality assurance to AI system testing. I am super excited to guide you through this today. We're basically leaving behind the comforting certainty of absolute hard-coded rules and stepping into a really dynamic, ever-evolving world of data and probabilities. It's a real game changer. Right off the bat, let's think about a pretty wild dilemma. How exactly do you go about testing a system that literally teaches itself? In traditional testing, we always know exactly what output we're supposed to get. But when a system is learning, adapting, and making independent decisions based on billions of data points, well, our entire testing playbook has to evolve to keep up. So here's our roadmap for today's session. We'll start with this new era of testing. Contrast rules with probabilities, look at the black box challenge, compare static and adaptive systems, dive into the test oracle problem, and finally wrap up with some brand new approaches for testers. All right, let's kick things off with section 1, a new era of testing. Think about how we've always done things. Conventional systems rely entirely on imperative languages. We're talking about explicit, step-by-step instructions, the classic if-then-else statements. Human developers map out every single possible path like a hyper-specific recipe. AI systems, on the other hand, don't have those predefined rules at all. They derive their logic purely by analyzing massive amounts of data. They basically just look at the data, find the hidden patterns, and decide on their own how to respond. Moving right along to section 2, rules versus probabilities. To really grasp how we test these things, we have to look at the sharp theoretical contrast here. The battle lines are pretty clear. Conventional systems are completely deterministic and transparent. If you put in A, you're always going to get B. It's totally predictable. This is the exact opposite of AI-based systems, which run on probabilistic reasoning. Because an AI is constantly handling uncertainty, its outputs are inherently unpredictable. Let's look at a classic example to make this concrete, trying to get a computer to recognize a picture of a cat. If you tried explicitly coding rules for this, like specifying the exact pixel distance between ears or the shape of the whiskers, it's going to fail completely. There are just infinite visual variations in lighting, angle, and breeds. But the AI approach? It effortlessly figures it out by analyzing a massive data set of cat images. It extracts those overarching patterns to accurately classify totally unseen data without needing a single if-then rule about whiskers. Which brings us to a major hurdle, covered in section 3. The black box challenge. Now, this brings up a huge issue for us, explainability. Deep learning models have billions, literally billions of parameters. They're basically like a giant opaque puzzle. When a conventional system fails, a developer can just step through the code line by line, right? They find the bug, fix it, move on. But when a deep neural network makes a mistake, it is incredibly difficult for human testers to pinpoint exactly which of those billions of parameters caused the error. And this isn't just some annoying technical quirk. It is a massive regulatory headache in high-stakes areas like healthcare, finance, defense, and transportation. Understanding exactly why an AI made a life-altering decision, like a medical diagnosis or a self-driving car slamming on the brakes, is absolutely essential. We cannot just accept, well, the AI felt like it, as an answer. All right, let's move to section 4, static and adaptive systems. Not all AI is created equal once it leaves the lab. We basically have two operational flavors here. On one side, we have locked systems. A locked system fixes its behavior completely post-deployment. The neural network's weights are totally frozen. Think of a medical diagnosis system or a self-driving car's lane detection. On the flip side, we have adaptive systems. These guys continuously learn from new data out in the real world, like a smart personal assistant or a spam filter that constantly shifts as spammers change their tactics. For us testers, locked systems are, relatively speaking, a lot easier to deal with. Their responses might be probabilistic, but they are stable once they're deployed, so you can test them rigorously beforehand. Adaptive systems, however, they demand constant, nonstop monitoring. Because they evolve, a test that passes perfectly today might totally fail tomorrow. Okay, next up is section 5, the test oracle problem. This is arguably the most complex concept we'll cover. If you're wondering what a test oracle is, it's basically just our yardstick. It's the mechanism we use to definitively say, yep, this output is correct. In traditional software, having a test oracle is super straightforward because you have a design spec. But in AI, pinning down that definitive expected result is incredibly tough. Why is it so hard? Well, for starters, the outputs are probabilistic, meaning the exact same input might give you a slightly different result next time. Plus, AI is often doing math that far exceeds human capabilities, so manual verification is almost impossible. Also, defining what's correct can be highly subjective, like what actually makes a good response from a virtual assistant. Add in those self-learning models we just talked about shifting their own baselines, and your initial expectations go out the window real fast. Finally, let's jump into Section 6, New Approaches for Testers. Despite all these challenges, you are definitely not powerless. So how do we fight back? First, we have to establish really strict acceptable boundaries. For example, instead of predicting exactly where an autonomous car will stop, we just define a maximum safe stopping distance. Second, we lean on specialized domain experts to establish a ground truth. And third, we can actually use secondary proxy models, which basically means using another AI to evaluate the outputs of the AI we're testing. Pretty cool, right? Another totally game-changing tool in your arsenal is metamorphic testing. This lets us verify essential behaviors without ever needing a traditional expected result. We just look for properties like consistency. For instance, if you're testing a route optimization AI, you might not know the absolute fastest route. But if you reverse the starting and ending points, metamorphic testing verifies that the total distance calculated stays exactly the same. Also, we absolutely have to talk about statistical testing, because AI is fundamentally probabilistic. A single pass or fail test means practically nothing. If a model misclassifies one single image, it doesn't mean the whole thing is junk. We have to utilize massively large test suites and look at performance distributions and confidence intervals to prove it's reliable across thousands of real-world scenarios. So, to wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one major question. Your role is transforming from someone who just checks explicit rules to someone who evaluates probabilistic intelligence. How are you going to adapt your testing mindset when the software itself is the one writing the rules? It's a lot to think about. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next one.